USA South, Florida game against the Bahamas. The USA in a sort of purpley red shirts. They're going from left to right as you look down. The Bahamas in their Bahamian national colours going from right to left. And it's the USA kickoff. And our referee today is
Dave Sherwin.
And our two-touch judges are
Justin Colgan and Billy Mills.
And the man on the mic there, Nigel Kirkby, the president of the Bahamas Rugby Football Union. And it's great to have him along as well. He'll be here to make sure that I get all the worms right. Kevin Salabi, 15 for the Bahamas, about to kick off. First blood to the States there, with an easy ball off the kickoff. It's going to be an interesting game today. The States have got first phase in the bag, apparently, according to some of the local aficionados. Working the ruck pretty nicely there, and they've got a good ball out to the width. If that's the way the game is going to go, the Bahamas are going to have a very long afternoon, because that's a break by the centre, good ball out to the wing, and they've pushed the Bahamas back 40 yards in one play. So well played, the USA.
I'm all right to sit here.
You can stay and sit wherever you want. It's going to be a long day if we don't get any tackling in the centres, I'll tell you that now. Good line out from the Bahamas. That was their own ball, and they've actually moved the ball 3 yards forward, and the USA have taken advantage with a quick throw. Again, quick ruck ball by the USA, nicely taken. Interesting. Dave Sherwin stops that pretty quickly. He didn't give much chance for an advantage there. The Bahamas have got the first put in at the first scrum. This should be an interesting time. Let's see how well the Bahamas can do against this reputedly good scrimmage inside the USA South, or Florida South. USA South. Juvenile mistake as well by the Bahamian winger, kicking outside the 22. All right, so it's brought back to the 22 for a throw-in. Again, line out to the USA. Just a bit of a background to this game. This is a qualifying game from Group 1 to Group 2, but I do believe the qualifying doesn't even take place till 2017, by which time I'm sure there's about 40 people in this park going to forget the result anyway. That was a very poor line out by the USA. Advantage taken by the Bahamas. A little bit slow to get to the rucks, not much support. Jack Lowe, the number 8, carrying the ball into rough territory. That's two very unruly rucks, mauls. Poor ball back at the moment from the Bahamas, but they're still getting the ball back. A lot of people committed. A speculative kick by Connor Aubrey. USA have the ball going right and attacking again. Good tackle. Very nice bit of work by the second row from the Bahamas, who's still feeling the effects. I think his children are still feeling the effects of that one.
Put your hand to the side when you're making that tackle.
USA attacking with men outside on the right. Quick winger. And Amir Khan being very, very, very unselfish then and giving Chance Doyle a chance to put the first points on the board. Amir Khan with a googly down the right wing. Pushing the ball back inside to the fullback. USA 5 points. I think I'm going to need a lot of ink for this game. Matt Houston, unusual to see a flanker kick in. Matt Houston, number 7, kicking in the conversion for the 2 points. 7-0 USA. And questions asked in the Bahamian camp. I think it'd be a good idea not to kick possession away now, boys. Devon Woodside, the Bahamas, by himself in that. Well taken there by the USA. And again, a quick, well set up ruck. That's a bit of a snaffle. That's well taken there. And that's it. And the first penalty of the game. Dave Sherwin thinking that the USA cheated a little bit there, holding onto the ball too long, Mr. Referee. That was a lovely little bit of work there by Justin Lewis from Freeport in the Bahamian side. Nice bit of tackle, a nice bit of snaffling of the ball. Gives the Bahamian chance to come back 3 points. Casey Charlton kicking the ball. Yeah, it's a Charlton, isn't it? It's a Charlton. All right, well done, Bahamas. That brings you back 3 more points. Score 7-3 now. Hopefully that'll liven this game up a little bit. Zach Miller kicking off. Billy Mills, the touch judge on the far side, deeming that to have gone straight out. And the Bahamas have opted for a scrum at the centre. Interesting position. Oh, now referee, that's interesting. All right, we have a few helicopter lessons there in the front row, but the Bahamas come away with the ball. And the Bahamas in touch. It's twice they've kicked the ball away. Interesting front row duel there. There was a little bit of flying going on in the front row, and should be interesting in the next scrimmage. See how that one goes. Our most reliable source of income from the Bahamas side is actually the USA throw at the moment. Now you've just been successful from 10 yards further back. Can he make this kick to bring the Bahamas within 1 point of the USA?
USA coming up very fast, little chips over the top, I don't mind it, Mr. Moore.
So, Mr. Kirby, you feel the little chip is a valid tool in the Bahamas toolbox?
In an offensive situation like that, a little chip that keeps USA honest, stops them coming up as quick as they might want to, creates the space for us to run with the ball.
Our resident expert on chipping, Nigel's of course one of the best chippers in the Bahamas as we look. And the score remains 7 USA South, 3 Bahamas. I've been told to give a bit of a shout out to Nathan Driggers and Casey Davison from University of Georgia. You have got to be kidding me. We haven't got the greatest view from this side, as you can tell by some of the commentary, but it looked very awkward from here, and it looked like the ball had been given to the USA, but it hasn't, and it's a Bahamas throw. Best part of the Bahamian game at the moment. Nice tackle in the centres there by Mr. Houston. Oh, he's not looking too well. Now that's an accidental offside, run into his own man. And as a result, scrummage goes to the USA. And we stop for 2 minutes for an injury. So Nigel, we've had 8.5 minutes of the game. What do you think so far?
Well, it's looking like USA South are going direct routes, and we've just got to tackle them. We've got to put them down on the ground. If we put them on the ground, we have the ability to steal it from the ruck. Justin Lewis managed to pull a penalty from USA South holding on. But we've got to start to take the ball up a little bit and set the rucks up for ourselves to create a space for our attacks.
I think you must have read that from a book now. Just pretty well done.
That's it, you know. Sold our souls.
We'll have you on the mic in a minute, Patrick. USA have the ball. Nice chip through. Jacquelot, Pierre. Good bit of clean-up work by the Bahamas number 8. Interesting bit off the field, off the feet there by the USA boy. Now, if we took that over, I say we because the commentator is a Bahamian. If we took that over, then that will be a 5-meter scrummage. And it is. Yes, that's well seen there by now what's Dave Sherwin going to do here?
He's going to warn him. He's going to say, don't push.
Little anxious there to start the game, the USA, so Referees settle them down. They're going to re-scrummage. Very, very difficult position for the Bahamas at the moment. 5 metres off their own line. USA put in, and a good push, and a flob by the number 8. An even bigger flob by the centres. I think the USA haven't been working together much, showing 2 or 3 little aspects of their game, and not as fine as they should be. And another chip through there by the USA centres. Going to be a 22. Interesting, Nigel. I thought that was a bit of a knock-on there by the centres, but obviously Mr. Sherwin doesn't believe in our ability from 40 yards away.
Well, you and your reading glasses, you should be able to see everything.
Hey, magnifiers, mate. That's how you want to do it, and that should be a penalty. That's well rucked. That's 2 good rucks by the USA. The ball comes very quickly. The Bahamas on a very, very thin line. Another missed tackle in the centres again. That's 2 missed tackles now by... That's Beadle, right? Yeah, that's Beadle missing 2 tackles in the centres. He's got to make those tackles. That's a good offload by the USA to keep the ball moving. Oh.
Justin's trying to steal it.
I have to say, the back row for the Bahamas are actually keeping them in the game at the moment. Led by Justin Lewis and Devon Dan Woodside. And from the early frantic start by the USA, the game's on a little bit more of an even keel. Bahamas defending much better. Score still 7-3, USA Bahamas. Another good line out from the Bahamas. Now, I'm one of those guys that tend to say if it doesn't work the first time, just keep doing it until it does work. No, not. And that's twice they've got caught on a switch in the centres. They've gone back 10 yards now. Good defence by the USA. Nice work by the USA back row. Matt Houston. And Wayman Castle, number 8. Matt Houston, number 7. Wayman Castle, number 8. Much better scrummage by the Bahamas that time, all right? Much better. And the referee says it's gone 90 degrees, put into the Bahamas.
The hammer's on fire.
Giovanni offloading to Jackalow. And the touch judge, eagle-eyed touch judge, Justin Holden sees...
Holden. He's Irish.
Holden. All right, sees a forward pass there. And we have scrimmage to the the USA. And the front, let's give some names on the front row so you get some ideas. And the USA South front row, Nathan Driggers, Thomas Van Petten, Casey Davison. Actually 1, 2, 3, loose to tight head for the USA, and Marco Surin, blacks to his mates, Justin Cartwright and Valdemar Moxley, that's the front row for the Bahamas. We'll give you more names as we go along. Very slow ball from the USA this time, a bit of a counter-attack, counter-ruck this time by the Bahamas. Much better defensive work by the Bahamas. Now we have a penalty for holding on. Second penalty that the USA have given for that. I'm reliably informed that's the third one for that, but I thought the one was something different. I think the USA South ought to have a little whip round there for Chance Doyle, playing at 15. Hasn't got a pair of socks to his name. Should have said we got some boys with spare socks. We could have given him a pair, couldn't we? Could have given him a pair.
It's friendlier in the Bahamas.
Absolutely. And the first real attacking position on the 22 for the Bahamas. First time they've been down here. Hopefully they can get possession from the line out. Nice ball again. Good line out work. Poor pass by the scrum half. That's an engineering problem. Bahamas engineering more mistakes than it can shake a stick at the moment. I think it's time to mention a sponsor, Nige. I'd like to say thank you to Heineken, as you can see around the park. Heineken being one of our major sponsors, so big thanks to Heineken on this, and Shorewin.com. All right, we get some good sponsorship here, so thank you to you guys. Without that, rugby would not take place at these levels, so we really are pleased. And the USA attacking again on just inside the 10 metres of their own half. Bit better defence by Beadle this time. He's actually taken his man down. Free ball, chipped through by the scrum half. And the Bahamas throwing the ball away again. More engineering issues. And Kevin Charlton, the fly half, deciding. Well, now that's interesting. What did Dave Sherwin see from 40 yards away? Not a lot, they say. Not only was it thrown forward, it hit the guy in front as well, ref. And the Bahamian public, one of the quietest republics in the Caribbean, as you can tell. Good turnover by the Bahamas. Can they counter-attack now? OMG. And a panoply of cluster bombs. Yeah. I got a vodka. Thanks, Ellie. It would be nice to introduce us to one of our knowledgeable crew who was standing in front with a really big Kalik hat on. They're not very forgiving for referees. The Bahamas actually do have 3 of the best referees in the Caribbean and do get a bit of stick sometimes.
All I heard was my name mentioned.
He said 3 of the best referees in the Caribbean, the Bahamas.
Perfect.
You forgot Dorian.
Well, I could name everybody apart from you.
No, I'd like to be behind the mic.
And a good USA, that's one of the best line-outs the USA have had so far. 20 minutes into the game. Todd Shearer, the other complimentary back row player for the USA, doing some good snaffling work there for the USA. Advantage played, no advantage gained. Referee's got a free kick. Free kick is for not binding. All right, flanker's releasing his binding a little too early.
What, on the line out?
In the ruck which ensued from the line out.
Thank you, Mr. Markham.
Or the maul even. That's open. That's a knock on.
Saw that one.
And those of you who are actually taking your time out to watch this game, all right, okay, bless you for doing that. You must be so impressed by the level of the rugby at the moment, all right? Hopefully it's going to get better. It's a beautiful day for handling and running. You're not going to get better conditions than this, all right, for a good game. It's not too hot, certainly not cold. Dry, wonderfully sunny conditions here in the Bahamas, all right, okay? And let's hope the game matches the weather. Castle off on a bit of a run. Good work on the ruck. There's one of your front row, bit around his neck. There's one of your front row moves right there. Amir Khan flipped over. Good bit of clean out, very good bit of clean out work by the hooker, the USA hooker. Very nice bit of work. Shear the back row. USA threatening, and a mistake allows the Bahamas to clear their ranks again. A lot of knock-ons, a lot of fumbles. That's two very good bits of work by Giovanni Johnson. After the initial strong start by the USA, they have a few mistakes are creeping into their game now. Good Bahamian defence, a few knock-ons. The game's becoming a little bit more level now, and as we move into the 25th minute, score still 7 USA, Bahamas 3. Much better scrummage by the USA, much better. Good ball out. That's a double miss in the centres. The ball goes out to the wing. Possibly was that forward? Was that? It was forward. Well seen. Corey Jones on the left wing there, a little bit ahead of the ball, giving the Bahamas a scrummage just outside the 22. Or 25 in the States. Stevie, good man. Good pick up, number 8, Jackalow. Bit of feed off to the other back row. Downward side, but nobody else there. The Bahamas slow to the breakdown there. And as a result, the ball is slow. Connor just getting the ball out 3 weeks later. And a good counter ruck again by the USA. A little bit like rice pudding. It's all over the place, guys. Points. Now the penalty this time is for coming in from the side there, Nigel.
It is coming in from the side.
Thank you, Nigel. So,
South like to try and go in and do the old crocodile roll.
Kevin Charlton's third attempt. That's for all their training in the Everglades, is it? The crocodile roll.
In charge now, Timmy.
And a successful attempt from Kevin Charlton takes the score to 7-6. Just on the half hour, roughly about 10, 11 minutes to play in the game. See what the USA can do on the kickoff. It's going to stay in this time. Well recovered by the USA. Corey Jones up there, pushing pressure on, getting the ball back. Change of direction by the scrum half. Better counter ruck by the Bahamas after 5 phases. Looks like the Bahamas have snuck possession away and then kicked it down the throat of the fullback. Unbelievable. Tackling by his socks. So we're back on the 22 with the USA in possession. Very poor kicking by the Bahamas. All right, and a mark made by the fullback. And again, poor kicking by the left wing of the USA. So at the moment, it's a game of mistakes. It's going to be the one who makes the least mistakes who's going to win this game. Do you want to shout out?
We didn't do a good move or something. Say, hey, University of Georgia. We'll just throw it in there. And then
Dorian Roach, our vice chairman, again wants a shout out for the University of Georgia for Mr. Driggers and Mr. Davidson, but only when they do a good move. I've not seen that yet. And we're all going a bit quiet because the game's going a little bit quiet. Not a lot to report at the moment. Line out on the far side. How can the USA? They've actually had one very good line out earlier on in their own 22. Very nicely done. Dave Sherwin stopping it, opening the gap up a little bit. Good attacking position inside the Bahamas 22, and a good line out by the USA. Well taken. Jeff Root to the fly half, takes the ball in with a little bit of offload there to the centre, and the USA pushing the Bahamian line nicely here. And And a penalty this time for the USA South. It's going to be 3 points. It cannot be too far away. And that's for going in from the wrong side by the Bahamas. Defence. Score 7-6. That's a free kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, I haven't seen him since. So I am helping Gary do his commentary.
Matt Houston from 18.5 yards. Touch judges put the flags up confidently to give the USA South another 3 points. The score 10-6. 10-6 USA South. Over the Bahamas in this 2017 qualifying match. Not 2016, 2017.
Hey, Rob. So, I was chatting to him all last night about it all and everything. Never tweaked. That's where I know him from.
Yeah, I'm just looking at him going on. Sorry, I think it's got to be from Canada.
I'm glad you said that. I might
Not
not.
the last 2 years.
Yeah.
They both are. Yeah.
Talking to Chris and that lot.
Good line out again by the Bahamas. Gives him an attacking position just inside the 10 metres. Beadle on the ball. That's the best move they've made so far. Can they get the ball out? They need some width on that ball. Interesting. The very first attacking bit of work there by the Bahamas looked very exciting. They need to get the ball to the width. Their strength is on the outside. This boy can run. And a very good attacking try there by the Bahamas. Good counter-attack. Kevin DeVoe bouncing off 2 tackles to score in the corner with a man outside him at all points. Good job he scored that. Jackalope Pierre on the outside would have been a little upset if he'd not given him the ball. That actually started with a move in the centres by Beadle, where a tackle in the centre was missed by the USA for a change. So, the score now. USA South 10. Bahamas 11. Kevin Charlton on the 5 metre on the left touch, just outside the 22. Can he make the conversion points?
Nice time to score as well. 37 minutes in.
And lovely in swinging kick by Kevin Charlton in off the post. He aimed for that. 13-10 Bahamas. Bahamas in the lead for the first time in this half, first time in the game. And we're getting very close to half time. Not much time left in this first half. Let's see how long Mr. Sherwin keeps us going for after the 40.
Happy New Year.
How much longer, Mr. Markham? A couple of minutes?
That is a question, Mr. Kirkby. That is a question. bit like all soccer games, is it? Like there's a definite 3 minutes on the end, or
No stoppage time so far, is there? No injuries apart from.
no injuries apart from.
Shall I say the referee has not stopped the clock for any?
And we're back. There are 2 poor kickoffs by the USA. We're back into scrimmage at the half line. I do believe it went straight out. Not sure if that's what he means. Yeah, it did go straight out. That ball wasn't hooked, so we're going to replay the scrum.
It was a nice crowd here today, Mr. Markham.
That's a great bit of hooking for a very nice bit of scrimmaging there by the Bahamas. And Mr. Connor kicks the ball away again. Hopefully Mr. Bodie can get on the end of it. Good take by the fullback. Somebody's grabbed him by the socks, Nige. Now that was a good little bit of work there by the number 8. All right, onside, right next to the referee. Scrum half took a little time too long to take the ball. USA in a bit of disarray at the moment, not as well organised as they started, but that is coming from the wrong side by the Bahamas, a penalty to USA. Touch judge looking at his watch as well, Nigel.
3:40. Not quite sure what time we kicked off.
Ah, you see, that would be the relevant point, wouldn't it? And a much better line out again. The line out's got better throughout the game, to be honest. That was nicely taken.
Nicely driven by the Bahamas.
Oh, that's a throw out. Well off. Bodie not renowned for his kick in. That's a very poor kick. That's given the USA a very, very good chance to score. And Matt Houston comes back. That's a ridiculous score there by. Unbelievable. And the right wing, Andrew Bodie. Kicking's not his best part of the game, as you could see. Straight to the flanker, Matt Houston, who then has not a lot of opposition between him and the line. To take the USA South 15-13. I'm going to assume that the conversion will take place. He's not going to miss this one. Gutted is a word I'm sure that's going to be used in football circles. In football parlance, Nige, the Bahamas are gutted.
Well, let's hope we can use another one. This could be a game of 2 halves.
And there's the whistle for the end of the first half. We'll join you in a few minutes, guys. Go and get a drink, because we certainly need one. Right, starting in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're back. USA about to start the second half of this USA Bahamas playoff game.
3:51 kickoff.
The score at the moment, 17 points to the USA. That kickoff taken by the number 8 Bahamas, Jacalo Pierre. Had a good game so far. And we've had a substitution here, Garfield Morrison on, he's coming on there for, I'll find out in a few minutes. And a great counter ruck by the USA, another counter ruck by the Bahamas. So now we're to and fro in, eventually the Bahamas taking possession just outside their 22. We may have another frantic start like we did in the beginning. Now the right wing is a long way in front. Is it going to matter? No, it's not. Good kick by fullback Chance Doyle. Putting the USA right into the Bahamian 22. We have supplied Nigel Kirk with a microphone as well, so we can have those little innuendos straight into the mic, Nige. There's no putting him down. Well, there should be some putting him down. Oh, and the first loss in the line out by the Bahamas. Well taken by the front of the line there. And a good run on the outside. They've got men on the outside. Zach Miller dropping the ball. The Bahamas picking it up. This is going to be a penalty, I think. Well taken there, Bahamas. Now this boy can motor. This boy's got legs. This is the boy that just gave the try away a few minutes ago. Andrew Bodie of the Bahamas making up for that very poor kick at the end of the first half where he gave the ball to Zach Hewson. Good run down the left wing. The Bahamas now 18 points to 17, 1 point ahead. Kevin Charlton with the conversion attempt just outside the 22. "15 meters in, slips on that, so the score is 18 Bahamas, 17 to the USA, all to play for, and a very tight game in this second half. Bye-bye.
Aye, I'll tell you what, I'll buy him a beer now.
Oh, jeez. Two very poor passes there by the scrum half at the moment. Connor not having the greatest game. That's a knock on there by. That's a lovely left wing knock on there by Zach Blaylock of the US. Much to the happiness of the Bahamian crowd. A partisan crowd, it could easily be described as, Nige. What do you think?
Absolutely correct, Gary.
It's like Mutt and Jeff on the mic, me and you. It's like we rehearsed that.
Who's the Mutt and who's the Jeff?
Bahamas on the halfway line. Garfield Morrison in at tight head. Ooh, now that was dropped there by the loose head. It's interesting. Referee has allowed play on, and Chance is in a bit of nice bit of work there by Chance again. Obviously, without socks, it gives him a bit of chance of getting out of these tackles. Jarrett Garmin of the USA, number 9, little snipe. That's 3 phases now, nice. Much better work there by the USA, clearing out the sides. Kick a little bit long. Kevin Salabi going for a little dink over the top and not making it. Interesting, you see. My choice would not be a little dink over the top there. If you're going to kick the thing, kick the ball right back into the box in the far corner.
There was a little bit of space behind those 3 chasers. It looks like USA South have come up with the plan of they're going to kick the ball downfield and have 3 chasers chase the ball. So if it had bounced properly, just like the Beetle bounce, that would have been perfect, but alas not.
You do know that we're not being paid for this commentary, as you can tell. They couldn't afford the other guy, could they?
Can't afford us either.
Now, I don't understand that. That was a very quick kick. And gained himself 8 meters. I mean, what's the point of taking a quick kick?
Quick kick to touch doesn't make much sense.
Exactly. And a much better line out. Line out's reduced. And they had advantage of numbers there as well, the Bahamas. Referee never picked that up. USO picking the tempo of this game, right? They're taking it more to the Bahamas. Don't have quite the numbers committed to the rucks that they did in the first half. Good clean out. If they go right and go back to the same position, they've gained 3 yards. Dave Sherwin's seen an offense there. In from the side by the Bahamian defense. Gives Matt Houston a chance for 3 more points. Is that really his name, Matt Houston?
Hopefully someone's starting the next month. I don't know what day that is. We have a letter in the pen. And I've learned business until you actually get the money. It doesn't mean fuck all. Until you actually get the food.
Is that first work? You got some work?
Yeah, Bodie's scored in the corner since
Until you actually get the check.
to us.
You don't tell anybody what it is. And you can think about the job until you get the check. Not microphones on.
Chip over.
Yes, Mr. Tuff, the microphone is on. And if the Bahamas are only that accurate, that's 3 more points for USA South, and the score 20 points to 18.
I'm having one, no more. I said, who was up here the first game of the season? Yeah, no. Well, I'm today at the final.
And I think Matt Houston's got 15 of those points.
to be from this
I
end.
don't think I'm going to be too far wrong when I say I don't think the Bahamas kicking game has been on one of their stellar performances. That kick there by Kevin Salabi going directly into touch gives the USA a scrummage on. Half time. Time off, referee. We have a sub. USA sub.
Scrum half's off.
Ah.
Replacement scrum half coming on. Do we have a name going?
We do, mate. We do have a name. We have Ben. L-O-A.
Ben Loata, number 19.
L-O-A-A-T-A, Loata. Or Lapata. Anyway, Ben, number 19. Ben is now scrum half for the USA South. Apologies to Ben's family if they're listening. Nice, Nick. Very nice steal there by the Bahamas. That was a failed switch in the centres there. I'd get out of the way, Mr. 12. Good bit of defensive work there by the USA South. That's a steal. It's a naughty steal, all right, okay? All right. Roll away, not allowing the player to play the ball. That's a penalty. So the tackler not allowing the player to release the ball. Kevin Charlton kicking for the sidelines.
Go on right there, thanks, mate. Falling down like in glass of six. Was that too many ones? Oh, you so good. Rescue at 8 o'clock. I don't know what happened last night. I was thirsty. I was getting inside. It happens on occasion. I just didn't feel like I was getting inside. I'm not trying to. I wasn't.
I'm just trying to work out what happened there in order to... We do have a scrummage, and I do believe it is. A USA scrum. Not sure what for. I thought the referee was signaling a binding, but I can't remember what that was. So, USA South scrimmaging inside their 22. The restart. Miscommunication by the fullback and the winger of the Bahamas there give a very good advantage to the USA. If they can get around the outside, they're wide open. Big boy Wayman Castle, number 8 for USA. Obviously born when meat was cheap, that big fella. And it's a water break, so it's time for a drink break.
really lightweight.
I'm not like you. I'm not, phone remote control microphone. I'm more of a backroom boy.
What can I say? Technical advisor at the moment, right? You got some work, Tuffy? You got some work?
I haven't been paid for 4 months. But I'm hoping next month. Yeah,
2 months for me.
same. No. It's not a good feeling, is it?
No.
And we're back to the game, right, with a restart now. We have a Bahamian scrum. Between the 10 and the 22. Dave Sherwin, the man in the middle, having a little chat with the players. In this qualifying match, well, it's a qualifying match. It's a sort of relegation match. It's a playoff match for the 2017 groupings in the Caribbean Championship. Indecision by the fly half there for the Bahamas. Kevin Charlton, Beadle offloads there to Kevin Salabi. Kevin Salabi tries to clear it right into the fullback's hands. Not great play by the Bahamas. The USA now attacking. That's scrum half Ben getting the ball away pretty quick. And again, that's Matt Houston. 15 points so far, Matt Houston. Bit of sneaking there by the Bahamas. Referee's given an advantage. He's going to give the penalty. Yeah, and he has done. Hands on the floor. Very naughty by the Bahamas. That's a bit silly. And it's going to be Matt Houston taking the kick. Now those at home, and please send in your votes by email as to the MOM, the man of the match, MVP, however we want to call it. But at the moment, that boy kicking the ball is heading the list for the MVP for this game at the moment, all right? A lot of good offensive work, a lot of good defensive work, and he's not a bad little kicker either. Zach Blaylock going off, be replaced by a very meaty number. Looks like Amir's coming onto the wing. Silly mid off for Amir Khan. And Nathan Ring comes into the centres. Nathan Ring is not on the wing. There's got to be a joke in there somewhere.
JR.
Sadly, it's not paid. (23-18) USA. USA got their tails up a little bit. Bit of a mistake there. So that's a kick directly into touch or out of play, whichever way you want it. And it's a line out for the Bahamas between the 10 and the 22. Can the Bahamas come back in this game now? How much time do we have left on the game there, Mr. Kirkby?
Where are we at? We're at 20
Have to do some difficult sums now. Have you worked it out yet?
20 minutes.
We played 20 minutes, but we've had 2 stoppages. So depending on how long those stoppages were, we could be a while to go.
See, you just can't pay for this stuff. Another line out lost by the USA South have adapted pretty well against the Bahamian line out. And they're putting the line out in all sorts of trouble. That was their one thing in the first half night where they were getting good ball from. Now they're struggling.
Yeah, the throw just seems to be slightly off now. Before they were catching it nice and clean and giving good delivery to Connor. But we managed to get it back by putting pressure on to USA South. And we've got a scrum down Bahamas from a knock-on.
And for those of you who are still awake, I heard that comment.
3:51.
3:51.
Yep.
Exactly 20 minutes.
We've got a couple of stoppages.
And a good scrummage by the Bahamas. Gives them some well-needed possession. Beadle in the centres. Well rucked over there by USA South again. Amir likes to take the direct route, does Amir? I think that's going to be a Penelope. Maybe it's not. No, well taken back. USA retained possession. They've got good coverage out there with 2 props and a hooker. Oh, now that is poor. All right. That would have been a simple pass to an outside winger who would have been really, really very open.
That was very lucky for the Bahamas there with a poor pass to the winger.
Zach Miller's had some problems with his hands, you know.
He needs better cream.
Well, thankfully for the Bahamas, a very poor pass there gives them a chance to regain some possession. The Bahamas not putting much together at the moment, Nigel. They've seemed to have their moment in the sun, so to speak.
I think they're just regathering themselves and organising themselves a little bit. We got some ball out to the backs, but just need to be a little sharper like we were towards the end of the second half. First half, sorry.
Yeah, otherwise the game will be over. Again, that's
Once
another
again,
line
lost.
out lost, right?
USA have managed to
So they're
work out
relying on
what the
very
throw is.
poor ball. All the USA need to do now is what they're doing. Maintain possession, keep driving it in, win the ball back. Don't do anything silly. He's had a good game, this fullback, you know. He's taking the ball in. 90% of the time he's won the ball back. Good snipe by Ben. He likes that little bit of there. It's a big fella again. Is that 25? 25's not on my list, so I don't know who he is.
He's too big to actually fit on the list, I think.
You know, always look at the player on the ground, Mr. Kirkby, all right? If he's facing the other way, there's a good chance that he was struggling to retain possession. You notice number 5 there was facing towards the goal. I thought he lost possession there. Anyway, Dave Sherwin, the man in the middle, awards a penalty to USA South, and now they are down on the Bahamian 22.
Definitely
and a score.
Definitely allows the competition for the ball to go on for quite a while, does young Mr. Sherwin.
And the score 23-18 to USA South.
Let's go Bahamas, let's go. Let's go Bahamas, let's go. Let's go Bahamas, let's go.
We appear to have brought the cheerleaders in now. Good to see the cheerleaders are here now.
To be honest, right, you're dead, man. You're getting like hyped up for your country.
And the USA win their line out again. A bit scrappy this time, all right. Good pick-up. Bit of fun and frolic in the line out there as well. That'd be good on the replay.
Number 20.
That's Mr.
holding
Ring.
Back, Bahamas number 1.
I think
Missed by all the referees.
chance in the corner.
And assistant referees.
That's a knock on, and that's a relief for the Bahamas. That was a nice, well-worked play into the corner by USA. First bit of good attacking rugby by them for a while now. And that's a big fella to stop there. The centres there, Mr. Ring, you know. I can hear in the crowd, somebody's calling him Stout, Nige. Stout.
Stout, no, his name is definitely Wing.
Wing. Or Ring. That's a good scrummage there by USA, and the flankers broke early. Referee said anything about it? Yeah. Sharp.
Spotted that flanker.
Sharp as a button. Dave Sherwin, the man in the orange shirt, sees the flanker come off very quickly. Penalty to the Bahamas. Oh, maybe the Bahamas need an injection of a Mr. Ring or somebody now, because it seems they're a little bit slow to move to the mark.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at the back lineup of the Bahamas now, Gary, and it looks like Kevin's taken a rest, and Giovanni Roll has rolled into the centres, and Jordan Isaacs has come out onto the wing.
It appears we've now turned into a soccer match. They think this mic's that loud, though. Oh, wow. Well, we only hope this exacerbates your viewing experience. Good ball by the Bahamas. They've got the ball deep in the 22, though. What can they do with it? That's 3 passes, 4 passes. Jordan Isaacs on the wing. Injects a bit of pace into the game. Well done.
And William Mills obviously sees something from the side.
It's more than he sees when he's in the middle.
Did you say that out loud, Gary?
No, I didn't. Not at all. I'll deny. And that was 4 passes, one of which was forward. So we come back for scrummage. USA back on the 22 of the Bahamas. We got excited then for a minute. Dave Sherwin discussing the capital of Mongolia with the 3 props. Ulaanbaatar, Dave. Ulaanbaatar.
Let's go, Jordan!
Now that's a good hook, all right? Against the head, going backwards. Good piece of work by the Bahamian hooker. Well taken by Chase, a fullback for USA. Likes that spin move. He's a hard man to bring down without socks. Good defense by the Bahamas. Here he goes again. This fella's a bit hard to put down, is Mr. Ring, the stout fella. He's had a very good start to his second half, that fella. Good, very well. There's Matt Houston again. 3 great moves so far by the USA South. The Bahamas having to defend strongly here, can they? It should well be if they can get the ball away. 3, 4 tackles. And a very well worked try by USA South. Well done. All started with this big fella Ring in this corner here. Making some good inroads into the Bahamian defence. All right. Gets behind the defence. Good ball out. Followed on by Matt Houston. till eventually the ball gets to the outside, and then the USA capitalise on a lack of Bahamian defence. Great try, well done. 5 points, takes it to 28-18, a 10-point gap. And can Matt Houston put the conversion over? Try scorer number 16, Tom Savoy.
That's what a girl's for.
Johnny Wilkinson-esque. 25-18. Matt Houston. 30-18. Mr. Try?
I just come from two. It's not mine, starting at 10 o'clock. I just finished at 3:15. Two of my employees. And both. One died at 9 o'clock in the morning, 10:30.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Try at half time, that's right. Yeah.
Starting to stretch out, right? Yeah, all boys are tired. Look at it.
A lot more room to move now. USA capitalising on much more room. All right. Floodgates beginning to open.
Dad is a bloke. He wasn't. We saw him for 3 years. Slowly, the curve was slowly. And then, like 5 months ago, he died. Really started to go down. And he would come to work. Argued with everybody. Went to the post every hour, on the hour. Because he started to get a bit of dementia. And what he was doing was remembering the he could remember. So he was getting dementia. And then AJ and I were up to 500 today. Flew to Miami to go to Colombia.
Another good line out by the USA. Really capitalising now on possession. If we're looking at a scale, the possession's certainly swinging in favour of the USA massively. Little mistake, but he's offside, well offside. Well picked up by the referee, not allowing the Bahamians to sneak over that line. So roughly 15 minutes left in the second half, and the ascendancy certainly in the USA South hands.
Please move the truck. Ryan Knowles, please move the truck. Thank you. Ryan Knowles, please move the truck.
That's a mismove loop in the centre, giving a mismove to the outside. All right, giving the USA South a very good attacking platform on the right side. A lot of possession. Big lads moving forward. Can they get over the line? Very close to the line at the moment.
There's no one out on this left-hand side. They get the ball out.
Referee stopped the game. What's he stopped it for? Oh, now that ball was held up, so it's a scrummage there to the attacking side.
And then after that, it's all been turmoil after turmoil. Because of who he was, everything, everybody's been on the doorstep. Can I get, can I have, can I need? I got this sick, got this, that.
Unfortunately, they just got circling, don't they?
I know nobody. That's one good thing I got to give him today. Janice goes downstairs. The song is 8 p.m. Just like that.
Wow.
That's disrupted possession again, but it's an advantage. What's he going to do? That cannot be Matt Houston going over the line for a try, surely. I think it is.
He didn't give the try. He didn't give the try.
Not giving it yet.
No, he hasn't given the try.
Consult. DMO, that's a bit too quick for
Well, it's interesting because the Bahamians did stop and let him go, trying to work out what the problem was, but then again, they do that quite a lot.
Did you see anything, Mr. Wells?
Yeah.
And Mr. Mills is going to say
He
no.
was offside.
I didn't see anything.
Oh, Billy's online. Oh, at least he got one thing.
And he's going to come back. Is he going to stand there with his hand in the air? He is going to stand there with his hand in the air. He's going to award the try to none other than Matt Houston, the number 7, who definitely takes the MOM of this game today.
Billy agreed. Billy got his way. Billy agreed.
35-18. 35-18. All right, what's going to happen now? Who has the most character? They need more points now. Hello, darling.
I'm hoping it takes off. Houston got his 2,600 acres. I've got 36. And he got with the grouping. He needs one.
Can we, would you mind? Would you be such a nice guy? Please.
Absolutely.
Hey, and look what he's got on. Showing.
It's all over this.
Hey, it's not about politics.
Hey, he's coming up to us and offering us money to develop the game.
Take it, buddy.
Right? Our Prime Minister said it's legal, so if our Prime Minister said it's legal, I'm going to take some money from him.
Terrible.
And you want to pump some money into, I like Heineken. He wants to pump some money into the youth as well. So
Good.
because they've started a foundation.
Well, you know, we can get it back into school.
I think that's a consolation penalty by Dave Sherwin there. USA definitely in the ascendancy, 37 points to 18. The Bahamas haven't even looked like scoring in this last 20 minutes.
Are you ready? Let me know. Without the lessons, they're not going to get it. National side. Game out of that. Mr. Markham says he needs a drink.
Yes, ma'am.
He always needs a drink.
He always needs a drink.
The commentator definitely need a drink. We little drinks break, little break there. It's hard to stay concentrating. And Kevin Charlton kicking for touch to try and get into the other half, into the USA South half, to try and claw some points back in this game. 37 points to 18 at the moment. Long way adrift, considering they nearly went into the second half 18-17 up. Nearly, apart from a terrible mistake by Andrew Bodie. All right, this would have been a definite different game. And the lineout's lost again. They have not won a lineout in the last 25 minutes. What has changed, I ask? Little switch move in the centres there. Ends up with the ball being dropped. Duran Beadle taking his headgear off. He perhaps should have kept his headgear on. Stellar performance by Mr. Kirkby on the drinks front. Nice little switch move there. Very smoothly done, thank you, Mr. Kirkby. USA South on the rampage again. A few bad handling errors, but Zach Miller in the centres, number 12, had a very good game, very solid game for today for the USA South. That's a knock-on, ref. You see it? Yeah, well done, ref. So the Bahamas will restart the scrimmage with the put-in. Oh, wow. I'm afraid we are getting mullered. Oh, that's interesting. All right. Coming underneath. In the front row. Oh my God, fathers. This is like Keystone Cops of rugby at the moment. They're going to go into the changing rooms and introduce each other to themselves. He's way offside. Good hands, good hands. They got a hooker in the centres, they got a flanker in the outside. That's a knock on by the Bahamas. Stevie, can I say something? You know what I'm saying?
242, can you hear me?
Hey, John, if you look at them, they've changed half their team. They have enough the players to rotate in.
Dallas cheerleaders, eat your heart out. Wonderful performance there by the Bahamian cheerleaders performance. Now you know you're in trouble when the lock is taking the ball quickly. Nice bit of work then. Zach's on the ball. Bahamas take the ball from the possession. He had a very good first half, did that Justin Lewis for the Bahamas, but he seems to have disappeared a little bit there, Mr. Kirkby. Nice bit of work there. And now we're kicking the ball back down to the fullbacks. Penalty Bahamas. Cannot be long left in this game.
10 to 25. Absolutely.
I think the ref's holding on the game as long as we can. The Bahamas need a score. Now this boy can play, Giovanni. He's had a good game. He's strong. All right, okay. He's committed. He's had a very good game in Giovanni Johnson. All right. We have a different scrum half in. And same result though. Same. But he's back there picking his ball up. A bit more excitement going on despite the knock-ons. Another knock-on. But we're going to play this game on. Best 3 minutes of rugby about to come up. Bahamian rugby again, we got the advantage. LeVar Boyd passing the ball out, Duran Beadle. Good tackle by the... There is that little Zach again, great tackle. He's not possible. That would have been Matt Houston's little finale there. Look at him on the floor there. He's had a game really and a half as this young Matt Houston. Well played. Definitely
right now
MOM.
Houston, there is a problem.
You see, I was trying to stay away from that now because I thought it was a bit obvious, but obviously it wasn't obvious.
Use your microphone, Billy.
I mic'd up. Well, Nigel, you said it was a game of two halves earlier on, right?
Yeah,
the first half was nearly Bahamian.
Very nearly Bahamian until the little bit
and
of
the second half
end.
was nowhere near Bahamian.
When you're looking at the substitution process of USA South, their squad, they've got a very strong squad. So as their players were starting to wane a little bit, they pulled them out, put in somebody else, and their replacement was equally as good, if in some places, has actually made more impact than their original players.
I couldn't agree more. I agree. Yeah, Ring made a big difference. Put in Amir Khan onto the gully position on the left gully on the boundary.
Silly mid-off.
Made a big difference. That's a very strong back line then. And I think the opposite to the Bahamas. I think bringing the subs on. I mean, the prop hasn't done a very good job. He's been walking around the field. As you can see there, he's collapsing each time. He's lucky because that was him going down, in my opinion. Come on, Beal. We need something going on now. The Bahamas capitalising on another drop pass. You've got to be kidding me. He's strong, isn't he?
He's very strong. Has made a big impact.
And the final whistle. I want to say congratulations to both teams. They both gave 100% effort. Well done to the USA. I have to say thank you for listening. Gary Markham, Nigel Kirkby signing off on this playoff match, USA South versus the Bahamas. Thank you all for listening and have a jolly time over the weekend.